Right, guys. So all this crap talk about the Premier League not being as exciting as it used to be, that's all lie. All of a sudden, people believe that the Premier League is not as good as it used to be. That is a big fat lie from the pit of hell. What is happening in this season is simply because the financial fair play is now beginning to show results, closing the gap between the top teams and the lower teams. And that's why you can see teams, taking points off the top teams, and games when you expect the top teams to win hands down, you see them dropping points or even sometimes losing those games. And that gap has been closed by the financial fair play. So teams now have good players in their position to use and compete for the Premier League. And that is why the financial fair play was introduced in the first place. Initially, in the past, you have teams with players that shouldn't even be playing in the Premier League, competing for the Premier League against top teams that have all the money to purchase all the best players across the globe. Look at Liverpool's spending during the summer, Manchester City's spending, Man United spending, Arsenal spending, and yet they are not able to dominate these lower teams because they've also got the financial power to be able to get some quality players themselves too. If the gap is not closed, why should Tottenham be in the relegation battle today? It's simply because the gap has been closed by the financial fair play. And this is what they wanted for the league. They wanted it to be competitive. But just because Arsenal is top of the league, everybody believes that this is not the best Premier League season. Or Manchester City are not at their best, Liverpool are not at their best. But look at the money they spent buying some of the best players across the globe. And yet they are not having the dominance that people expect them to have. And now people are saying that the Premier League is not at its best. That's a big fat lie from the pit of hell. Arsenal just seems to be the best team at the moment. The one that has the answers to most of the problems caused by these lower teams. And that is why they are top of the league. Discipline, charisma, the hunger and the character. They've possessed it all. And that's why they are top of the Premier League. But you can whine and cry all you like. But as far as I'm concerned, this Premier League season is one of the best Premier League season ever because the competition amongst teams is stiff. From the lower teams to the top teams, the competition is very stiff. If you don't give your best in a Premier League game, you might end up not winning it, regardless of where you're playing, home or away. And that is what the Premier League is all about. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'll see you in the next one.